What is manufactured process? See guys, so for understanding manufactured process, you can do one thing. You create a big factory, right? This factory is called as food processing industry. In this factory, you please create 3 departments. The name of the first department is primary, then secondary and tertiary. 3 departments are there. What are these 3 departments doing? I'll tell you. So for example, let's say that we are creating a factory which will convert tomatoes into tomato ketchup. Can you tell me which are the states of India which are very famous for production of tomatoes? I can tell you. Any guesses? Okay, I'll tell you. Gujarat, Karnataka, Andhra, Odisha, Maharashtra. Now see what is happening. Suppose you are the owner of this factory. Huh? Where are you? This is you. You are the owner of this factory. What are you doing? You have to arrange tomatoes. Whom will you call? So let's say that you are bringing tomatoes from Andhra, right? So suppose that you bring a truck full of tomatoes. Do you believe that if you bring a truck full of tomatoes, all the tomatoes will be perfect? No, there will be some rotten tomatoes. So what will you do? If you have a truck full of tomatoes, so let's say this is your truck. In this truck, there will be tomatoes. From here, you remove the rotten tomatoes. So when you remove the rotten tomatoes, that is called as sorting. You have just removed the rotten tomatoes, right? After you remove the rotten tomatoes, only good tomatoes are left. Then you divide the good tomatoes on the basis of their quality. So if the tomatoes are very red and big size, you put them in one basket and say very good quality, second best, third best quality, fourth best quality. That is called as grading. Because see, every tomato doesn't look like this. Some tomatoes are very red, some are more greenish. So the red tomatoes are ready to be used. So you call them as the best quality. So grading. After you grade, what do? Then you put stickers over them, right? That okay, this is the best quality, second best quality. That is called as labeling, right? After you put the sticker, won't you take a basket and put the best quality tomatoes in one basket and seal it? So that is called as packaging. What are the 4 things we have done? Sorting. In sorting, what did you do? Remove the rotten ones from the good one. Grading. You divide the tomatoes, good quality tomatoes, into various categories like best quality, medium quality, like normal quality. So sorting, grading, labeling and packaging. So SGLP. Sorting, grading, labeling and packaging together are called as primary processing activities. So this is the first step that you do in your factory, primary processing. Okay, fine. Now, after primary processing, so guys, if somebody will ask you what is primary processing, what will you say? Primary processing contains 4 steps: sorting, grading, labeling, packaging, right? Now, what do you do to the tomatoes? Once you have done the sorting, grading, labeling and packaging already done. You take the best quality tomatoes packet and bring it to the next department. Because the other quality is yet to become good. Suppose the tomato is green, it's good quality, but it's not red. So you keep it in refrigerator for a few days, it will become red. Then you use it. So those which are red, you take it out to the next department. Then what do? Clean it. You clean it, you sanitize it, right? You make it infection free, etc., etc., right? Now, there are methods which are available to us where you can pass certain rays through the tomatoes. They are not harmful for human body. You pass some rays through the tomatoes and all the bacteria and infection will be killed. You can also boil it. So when you pass a lot of rays to kill infection and to sanitize, that is called irradiation. So you pass some radiations and it will kill the bacteria and other infections. So then what do? You wash it. Then you boil the tomatoes. And after boiling, you put cold water over it. So whenever you boil something and immediately put cold water, the upper skin of the tomato gets removed, right? That is called peeling. So automatically peeling will happen. Then what is left? The pulp. Pulp is left, right? After you remove the upper layer, pulp. I can't show it to you in the class. Otherwise, it will turn out to be a master chef class. So you boil it, put cold water, peeling them, right? And then you have the pulp of the tomato left with you. Then you crush the pulp, put it in a mixer, crush it. Then you have tomato puree or tomato liquid ready. This is called as secondary processing. So what did you do in the secondary processing? You change the shape of the crop. From a solid looking crop, it has been converted into liquid. Plus irradiation, cleaning, right? Sanitization has already happened. This is secondary processing. Then you take the tomato puree or liquid in the third department and you add preservatives, you add color, you add taste to it, and then you do the packaging. That is called tertiary step. So primary, secondary, tertiary. Let me show you through the picture. See guys, so that's your primary department, secondary department, tertiary department. What happens in a primary department? Let's recapture everything. So in a primary department, the first thing you do is remove the rotten ones, right? So that is called as sorting. Then you put them in different compartments. That's called grading. Then you put stickers, labeling, and then you put them in various baskets called packaging. And what did you do here? Pulp converted into liquid. And what did you do here? You package them after putting preservative, taste, color, etc., etc. And after that, what happens in the tertiary department? Once the tomato ketchup is ready, then what happens? You give it to wholesalers. Who are wholesalers? Who take huge amount of packets of tomato ketchup. So it is sent to wholesalers. They have big godowns. Wholesalers will give it to retailers. Who are retailers? Grocery store owners. So wholesale and retail. So that is also a part of tertiary, right? So this is how your tomatoes are converted into tomato ketchup.